Good evening. Came across a video David Beckman did. He's speaking about intellectuals fleeing red states. He called it the right wing, red state brain drain. Looked into it. It's true. Nebraska and Mississippi are two notable examples. You're gonna always have people like me who move to states and just stay for the money. I mean, you got state where you're making 100,000 a year, you know. But I acknowledge that red states do have lower life expectancies. And, I've been looking at that lately. It's amazing I've been looking at that lately before this came to my attention. Um, it's interesting because I used to always hear, and I go back to what I was told and heard when I was younger. If there were like a red country and a blue country, like how would it be? Well, the red country, like people would leave. See, the thing about the blue stuff is that there's no fanaticism. Like I said before about Trump talking about there's no Biden flags when he ran against Joe Biden. Yeah, because we're not a member of a cult. We're Americans. I don't have to do that. I'm an American. I'm not at war with the other half of the country or the other third of the country. I'm not at war with anybody. Um, they are. They are in mind. Um, uh, I talked about this before with the Josh Hawley book, where that's what he's basically saying he hates America. They hate America because you are part of America they can't get to anymore. They can't use the N word. You've accepted things now. Your ancestors wouldn't have accepted, and because of that, you are out of their realm because they have nothing for you except for hate. And for a huge portion of the country, that is not of value anymore. Or it wasn't the way it was 30, 40 years ago. So, it just got me with that we already see in Florida major insurers leaving the state, acknowledging climate change, acknowledging nothing's being done about it. You have a governor that literally joked about putting a prison up next to Disney World because he didn't like what they were doing. He's going to destroy a lot of the economics of that state because of how many people are getting hired by that state, by the Disney Corporation, excuse me, Walt Disney Corporation. Um, it's just amazing to see that maybe when we talk about like climate change and stuff like that intelligent people are voting with their feet. They're voting with their dollars. They're voting with where they choose to live at. That there's they always try to say the left is trying to push ideology, sex on kids, and like push climate change and like that the left is pushing stuff. But stuff like this shows you that there's a limit to even that bullshit, and that people that got sense they'll choose. And it's good to see it because this isn't about oh well they're pushing something. This is them choosing where they want to live. It's important to understand that with the right because so much of what they do is grandstanding, and to see like, hey, the people who are saying this stuff, they will leave your state. They will take their intellect, they will take their knowledge, they will take all of this stuff, and they will leave. And I just, as a black man, I see it differently. I know there's plenty of rednecks that would say, good, be gone. As a black man, coming from Bailey Ford Road, Newland Road, and LaSalle and all that shit, I know that education can be a game changer for many people that are, minorities, people of color, people who are on the bottom. Education can be a hell of a game changer. Look at Ben Carson and his brother. My blacks, they come from nothing. Nothing. Literally nothing. Ben Carson's a neurosurgeon, his brother's an engineer. How do you think they got there? RTC and all this stuff with grants and stuff like that. I just think that's interesting that really the only people that would celebrate something like that are idiots. And that, as I said before, Republican politics is really a politics of no future. There is no future. It's about the boomers. It's about them maintaining their way of life, the stuff they can say, the things they can do. That's it. There is no, like when I was a kid learning about the hole in the ozone layer. How you had the Montreal Protocol, and they were like, there's something about this. They took chemicals out of the damn hairspray. They took chemicals out of the refrigerators. That would never happen today. We would just die. It's amazing to see that in a way when people talk about how there was a right and a red state, a blue country, a red country. We're kind of seeing that. We saw that with COVID. Some of the states that the worst with long COVID are what? Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, others. I think Georgia. Come on, like Maryland, DC did the best. Like you just seeing that some of the worst areas hit under this era we're living in of collapsed capitalism. Like it's red areas. They're hit the worst, and it's so sad that more people that live in us don't know that, don't understand that. I understand you have to live there, but you shouldn't try to normalize stupidity. You shouldn't normalize a certain or process of idiocy that's attempting to just accept whatever nonsense the Republican Party comes up with. And I don't know. Thanks for listening.